A good friend of mine baffles evangelists when they ask if he knows whether he's going to heaven, and he answers, "It doesn't matter." His reasoning is that we worship a God who is worthy to be served, so we serve him no matter what reward we receive. Yet we do have reason to hope that God will reward us with a happy eternal destiny. We serve a good God who genuinely loves his creation. Since mankind is made in his image, we expect that he has something good in mind for us. That's why we can hope for a heavenly eternal reward, whether it's actually in heaven or elsewhere. To be honest, I have a hard time imagining life in heaven. The visions of Moses, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and John give us pictures of the heavenly realm, but they also tell us that it's not our natural habitat. The lake of fire isn't our natural habitat either. Messiah Yeshua says that place is prepared for the devil and his angels, although unrighteous humans do end up there. As for heaven, Paul describes it as paradise, where a person would hear words too sacred to tell, which a human is not permitted to utter. My conclusion from the accounts of Scripture is that the heavenly realm is a place we humans might visit, but we can't stay there. At least, we can't stay there in our current fallen state. That might change at the end of this age, when we and all creation are made new and the corruption of this present reality is removed. Even so, the Bible tells us that our home is on earth. If we have any doubt, the psalmist says it plainly. The heavens are the heavens of Adonai, but the earth he gave to the children of men. This echoes the first recorded words of the Creator to the first humans. Then God said, "Let us make man in our own image, after our likeness. Let them rule over the fish of the sea, over the flying creatures of the sky, over the livestock, over the whole earth, and over every crawling creature that crawls on the land." God created humankind in his image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the land and conquer it. Rule over the fish of the sea, the flying creatures of the sky, and over every animal that crawls on the land." Why did God prepare this habitat for humanity? We can't know the full answer until he reveals it, but we can make educated guesses from what he has already revealed. My guess is that our Creator desired to express himself into his creation in a more intimate way than he does in the spirit realm of the heavens. He envisioned beings made of flesh who could think and act, create and rule over designated realms as he does, with the authority delegated to them. Perhaps the angels share these same characteristics in the heavenly realms, but the writer of Hebrews tells us they do not have that same authority on earth. Of the citizens of heaven, only Yeshua, the Son of God, has that authority because he became flesh and dwelt among us. Is it possible that God seeks to make himself a better creator by experiencing a dimension of existence not available in heaven? It's comforting in a way to think that our need for self-improvement is born of the Creator's desire to experience new things and grow through them. Oh, that doesn't make God any less perfect or less complete in himself, but it does strengthen the bond between us. There's something about this human experience that our Creator desires to share with us. It's deeper and more profound than the stereotypical image of floating on clouds in an always blissful eternity. The fullness of the experience requires the counterpoint of suffering and death to give meaning to joy and happiness. Perhaps that element is missing in the heavenly realm, or perhaps it cannot be experienced to the fullest outside the physical universe where life is so fragile. Maybe that explains why our Creator made this earth and populated it with creatures of flesh so he could experience this with and through us. Well, this brings us back to things I can imagine and understand. Heaven is a mystery, but earth, with all its joys and woes, is what I know. I can imagine an eternal dwelling in the New Jerusalem, in a remade Rocky Mountains, or a reborn Philippine Islands. Those places I have seen in all their present glory and decay. It's easy to imagine that the Creator who made them will one day remake them and then dwell with us from his capital city of Jerusalem. This is the hopeful promise we receive at the end of his book. Behold, the dwelling of God is among men, and he shall tabernacle among them. They shall be his people, and God himself shall be among them, and be their God. He shall wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Nor shall there be mourning, or crying, or pain any longer, for the former things have passed away. The best part about this is that we don't have to go to heaven, because heaven will come to us. Maybe that's what it takes for us finally to have access to the stars. Of course, it's only speculation, but it seems that if we have passed the tests of this present reality, with all its terrible pain and resurrection joy, then we can finally go to those strange new worlds that surely are out there, waiting for those made in the Creator's image to bring life to them as he has brought life to us.